From the Cronkite Studios in downtown Phoenix, this is Cronkite News.
So we have to be very strong on the border, but at the same time, we want to be very compassionate.
After a national controversy, the president ends an immigration policy. The decision coming hours after Democrats being shouldered to the House floor.
Dozens of teddy bears symbolizing what's happening at the border. Activist moms organize a play date with our senators.
Described as a permanent sunburn in your lungs, a scathing new report looks at the pollution levels we inhale every day.
Immigration reform will not cross over into the Senate. The measure gets rejected in the House. So where does the issue go from here? Well, the University of Arizona is home to a unique degree program with an alum that has current students' hearts racing.
Before he was the 2018 Triple Crown winner, Bob Baffert had to use more than a lucky horseshoe to achieve his dreams. Coming up next, we'll show you just how much hard work and determination it takes to reach the finish line.
Well, it's toasty outside, but Arizona athletes have proven they can take the heat.
Especially the Arizona State Sun Devil eyeing the Tokyo Olympics. Coming up on Cronkite News, how a track and field champion overcame obstacles to gain national recognition.
And the future of firefighting is female. How a Goodyear summer camp is preparing a group of high school students to ignite a career path. And later, parents sometimes have to clean up after their kids, but these moms are taking the job of trying to clean up the entire atmosphere.
The House and Homeland Security Subcommittee held a hearing on the opioid crisis in relation to the United States having an unsecure border.
Reporter Emily Richardson attended the hearing to see what the state of Arizona is doing to combat the crisis.
Governor Doug Ducey announced today that the Arizona Border Strike Force will receive more funding in the 2019 fiscal year budget.
Reporter Gabriela Bacara tells us why the government plans to continue putting money into this program.
Border security and immigration will always be hot-button issues in Arizona. President Trump carried the state in 2014 and has plenty of support, so not everyone was against the zero-tolerance policy.
These people that we have coming across the border illegally are breaking the rules. Oh, I have no feelings for them at all.
Yes, I love children a great deal, but to me, it's up to the parents to do things rightfully and legally.
Politics aside, there are real families involved here. And, you know, the Statue of Liberty says, give us your huddled masses. And so I want to remain a country that's our motto.
While Trump supporters had differing views of the recent policy, all of them said they want the president and Congress to pass some type of immigration reform. A Border Patrol agent in Arizona is recovering after being shot multiple times. The agent was attacked yesterday morning. According to the chief patrol agent with the Tucson sector, several individuals attacked the agent, one of them shooting him at close range. The agent is a trained paramedic and was able to get to his car and treat his wounds before a helicopter flew him to the hospital. Chief Patrol Agent Rodolfo Carish says protecting the border is always dangerous.
You should always keep your guard up when you're patrolling those borders or when you're performing law enforcement duties. It goes without saying. We know the inherent dangers of this profession, but we continue to go out there is to protect our countries and our communities.
The chief says that people were arrested after the shooting, but were processed on immigration charges and have not been tied to the event.
Former U.S. Representative Gabrielle Giffords remains politically active. Tonight, she's in Ohio, throwing her support behind a Democratic candidate. The Democrat is trying to beat a Republican who's seeking a 12th term. Giffords was severely wounded in a 2011 mass shooting in Tucson. Ever since, she and her husband, retired astronaut Mark Kelly, have been active politically, especially with her organization, Courage to Fight Gun Violence. Tomorrow, March for Our Lives Arizona will begin a voter registration drive. Yesterday, the group staged a die-in at the state capitol on the 2-year anniversary of the Pulse nightclub shooting. Since its formation, the March for Our Lives organization has fought for gun law reform. The group plans to spend the next couple of months encouraging young people to vote and to only back candidates who will work to stop gun violence. The U.S. House of Representatives is close to another immigration debate. There's a petition to force a House floor vote on several bills concerning immigration, including one to protect Dreamers. The measure needs 218 signatures to move forward, which would be all 193 Democrats and 25 Republicans. Right now, 23 Republicans have signed the petition, not including any of the 5 from Arizona. Rail traffic officially resumed today after a train derailed just outside of Tucson on the main freight route that runs between Texas and California. Union Pacific says running water was on the tracks when safety officials arrived. The cause of the accident is still being investigated. Union Pacific says nearly 30 freight cars derailed. No injuries have been reported.
Another pollution advisory has been issued today for ozone levels in the Metro Phoenix area. The ozone levels are expected to exceed federal health standards for air quality.
Now, those with respiratory problems are advised to stay inside as much as possible today, as the air quality could agitate existing conditions. If you're traveling around the city, environmental regulators encourage carpooling, public transportation, and driving only if absolutely necessary. Now, today, Phoenix moms took the fight against this unhealthy air to the nation's capital.
Danny Coble has more from our Washington bureau.
Fresh off a national track and field title in Des Moines, Iowa, Sun Devil athletic star Maggie Ewan jetted off to California to receive a prestigious award, as Cassidy Pickrell reports from our Los Angeles bureau.
The immigration debate took center stage on Capitol Hill today. House Republicans say they have agreed on immigration reform bills that could be brought for a vote as soon as next week. House Democrats, meanwhile, took to the streets to protest the Trump administration's policy of separating children from parents at the border. Pat Plobletti has more from our Washington bureau. The border is not the only hot topic issue in Washington. Lawmakers are working to fix the opioid epidemic. They gathered today to explain how the two issues are related, as Danny Coble reports from our Washington bureau.